Good morning. Good morning. I'll use these. Let's move this out of the way. Good morning. Good morning. Let's put it up above like that. All right. Let's get some stuff out. I'm going to finally finish up these shoes because it just needs to be done. Because if I don't finish these shoes up, we're going to sit here, they're going to collect dust, and I really want these shoes to get finished. So we're going to have to just do it. Because if I don't get it done, it's just going to sit here. And I don't want it to sit there. Because listen, the procrastination's been real. It's been real. It's been so real. And I'm over here on YouTube because I'm in TT timeout. Apparently, TikTok is Team Edward and not Team Jacob. Miss Faye's TT. Listen, they really do need to get it together because there are some streams I'm like, y'all gonna allow them to say that? I'm like, wow, that's kind of wild. Like, but it's all good. It's all good because when the 23rd comes, we gonna be back. Don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about that. Don't even worry about it. So we just gotta take our lumps. It's okay. I'll change the camera angle again here in a little bit as soon as I get this kind of set up. So I was like, it's all good. It's okay. They got their rules and their standards, so it is what it is. But I still wanted to go live because I go live on Mondays and Tuesdays. So I still, want to fulfill what I scheduled to do. It may not be on a platform that I do often. Good morning. Yes, please share it to the Facebook page. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. Thanks, Keisha. Good morning. So we're going to try to finish up these. Hiya! If I don't make a mess first. Oh my gosh. Pay attention, Stephanie. Jesus. Jesus Christ. So we're going to try and get this done during this live stream. And I have to be cautious because I can't do certain music on here because YouTube is not about that music life. So I have to really, really be careful because they are not about that music life when it comes to, let me clean my camera. My camera's kind of dirty. When it comes to music on here, yeah, they ain't going for that. They are not going for that at all. So I gotta really be careful about that too. Oh, and I have packages coming in today, so you already know I got more stuff coming in today. So I'm hyped. So I've already started on these shoes once before, and I just never really finished them because if I switched over and started doing pins on live stream a little bit more. So definitely, I switched gears a little bit, started doing more bling pins than anything else, and this shoe kind of got neglected. But I have two other pairs of shoes I need to do. One is for my mother-in-law, and the other one is for one of my moderators. So I got to kind of switch back in gear of getting these shoes, getting back in like the Crocs spirit. Because for a while I was just like, I switched gears over to pens, and I've just been really enjoying that because they're super small, and I can get them done a lot faster than I would. Do you have a TikTok backup account? I do not have a backup account. I really do not. Because someone actually made a fake account of me. So, which is why I don't have a backup account, because I would have to go through and do a lot of like damage control to have people know that it actually is me. But it's not really too serious to have a backup account for me, honestly. Like when things like that happen, I either just go on an extended vacation or I go live somewhere else. So it doesn't really bother me, honestly. Whoever shows up to this one shows up. A bunch of people may show up. Nobody may show up. It's okay. But there was a time where I actually was supposed to switch off of TikTok and come to YouTube lives only, but I never did it. I mentioned it. I was like getting prepared for it. I would do some practice live streams, but I never really fully committed to it because that's when, TikTok added the TikTok shop, and it was just like, okay. So at that point, I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't switch over because they're adding so many features and stuff. But I feel like TikTok shop wasn't really meant for us. It was meant for people overseas because every time I use a TikTok shop feature, I always get penalized. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm done. Not using that. So I have that feature and I don't even use it because every time I use it, I get banned for 10 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'm done with this. So every time I use it, I would get penalty and I would appeal it, and they would approve the appeal and apologize for it. But I'm like, why every time I try to use it, I get banned for it? So I'm like, okay, I'm done. So I stopped using it. And then I can't even add all of my products that I even sell on there because a lot of my products are the same price, and they say that I'm price fishing. So I'm like, what the world? Like they get notified as soon as you go on. Yes. So YouTube is really like particular when it comes to like they're notifying people. As soon as I hit that live button, people get notified. Like there's no lag, there's no nothing. So that definitely is one of the benefits to switching over to using YouTube. Now, I have a pretty good audience, but I don't really go on YouTube a lot. Because I have like 1,000 followers on YouTube, so it's not really too much compared to my TikTok. But I do like TikTok because you do have the random people that scroll through that find you. So that's like the good thing about that. Here on YouTube, you have to be like following or subscribe to that person to know when they go live. So that's like, there's some downfalls and some good things and some bad things about every channel. So every channel is different when it comes to their perks. Some of them have, better perks than others, but I like the scroll through that you can do, and that's honestly how you really get more followers on TikTok, is just from people just scrolling through the app. So but this one, YouTube, you really don't get that. Either you follow that person or you don't. So if you follow them, you get notified. If you don't, you won't. So it's definitely more of foot to the ground work than any other social media platform when it comes to just randomly scrolling through the app, and then I'm like, oh hey, I found you. So yeah, you definitely have to be more feet to the ground when it comes to YouTube and go out there and grind and get those people. But that's always been one of my downfalls, is I always feed the dog that is the most popular. So I got to get back into doing all social media platforms simultaneously, and cross posting. That's like one of my biggest downfalls that I have. I am horrible at cross posting things. So that's definitely something that I need to work on personally, is cross posting. But it just gives me such grief because I'm like, and they used to do it, but I think when that whole TikTok selling or not protecting private rights thing happened, and they were talking about banning it, I think a lot of social media platforms kind of pulled away from them, and they were like, okay, we don't want to do cross posting. I'm not into Instagram, but what about that? I've tried going live on Instagram, and the camera did not look very good. It did not look very good. If I had another phone, I probably would go live on more than just one social media platform. But yeah, the camera did not look very good on Instagram. So I don't know if it was my camera that was acting up or just the platforms itself. But Instagram didn't really, it wasn't really doing it for me. But I know some people did jump ship to go to Instagram as well. But Instagram is where a lot of companies really look to sponsor, is your Instagram following. Like I said, I don't post a lot on Instagram either. So all of my following comes from pretty much one social media channel. So, and like I said, when an incident happened and everyone was on TikTok's head top about privacy and things like that, which I don't really understand, because in order to use Facebook, you have to give them the same permissions. So I'm like, I don't understand why we're over here tripping, because everything is asking for certain permissions to use every app on your phone. So I'm like, why are we tripping out? I don't get it. But I was like, literally every app on your phone asks for the same permissions. Gmail asks for the same permissions. Yahoo Mail, everything asks for the same permissions. So I'm like, why are we on TikTok's head top so much when all these American based apps are asking for the same thing? That I really didn't understand. And I really felt like, because and here's the thing, this is what cracked me up. Y'all complain about their privacy and stuff, but the newscaster that was doing all the complaining was streaming it live on TikTok. I was like, what? I forgot to schedule no for this morning. What? Oh, did you know? Okay. It's okay, Keisha. It's all right. It's okay. I'll make a post in there today because HDB Rock got some Black Friday deals going on. So I'll post in there today about those. So you don't have to worry about it, darling. I know you did it with good intentions. You didn't do it with malicious intent. It's okay. I just got to get my Facebook back up and running because I don't know. I got to get it together. I really have to sit down and like think out all my social media. And I did at one point. And then I found out that I was getting burnt out. Like when I sat down and tried to plan everything, I was like, this is a lot. Like I would give up before I would even do what I scheduled to do for that day. Like I guess it was just overwhelming to see what all you had to do, like as far as like, with sponsorships and things like that. And then it was just a lot for me to actually see what all I had to get done. And I was like, okay, this is a lot. And then I was like, oh, I'll just do it later. And then it like never happened. So I was like, okay. So I had to scale back a few things and let some things go and really just hone in and focus on the companies that I wanted to represent, the companies that I use. So I'm like, I'm not going to take a sponsorship from a company that I don't use. To me, that's pointless. And it's a waste of time. It's a waste of product because I know who I like and I'm not going to deviate from that. So I'm like, no. So when certain things come up, I'm like, no, I'm not interested. And some people are like, well, just take it. No, I'm not going to take something that I know does not go with my interest. It's just, it's a waste because I know I don't want to post a video. So I'm not going to waste their time. I'm going to pre-schedule them. That would be the easiest thing to do. Because just pre-schedule them so every day they will automatically just post all by themselves. That's a smart idea. And I try to have at least 2 or 3 videos in my TikTok drafts. But I've been kind of slacking lately. Not slacking, I have been. Not kinda. I've been majorly slacking. But it's okay. And I don't know. There's just been a lot going on. Now, this will be my first time being in TikTok jail for this long. Most of the time, it's only like, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here or so. This is strange to me. But it is what it is. Uh-oh. Eventually, I'll get brave enough to try the B7000 on a pair of shoes. I just don't want to be around that smell for that long. That's the only thing about the B7000 is that it can give me a headache after a while. So that's the only thing I'm like not really looking forward to. That's why I have yet to do a pair of shoes with that glue because the fumes are just like I'll have to wear a mask. We're going to be around it for that long. For 2 hours? Mm-mm. I ordered 19 bags of 3mm rhinestones from Amazon. Yeah, y'all talk about me. No, you need to go to that TikTok shop. You probably pay way too much for those bags from Amazon. So the TikTok shop where I get mine from, each jar, like in their jar like this, is $5 full. So you probably pay like way too much for that. See, if you just would have hit me up in the Discord, I could have told you where I got my rhinestones from. Because you probably paid way too much for those rhinestones. You probably paid too much for those. Yeah, mine are $5 a jar. Granted, the shipping time is a little bit longer, but I'm like, and it's free shipping after $30. So I was like, And they have 145 colors. I was like, ooh, yes. She's just like, I'm not trying to get caught up in your shenanigans. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not the only one out here in these streets spending money. Because them TikTok shops, they can be, boy, they addictive. They really are. So I always try to put rhinestones anywhere where I feel like people are going to see. So anywhere I think people are going to see whenever I'm wearing the shoe, I try to put as many rhinestones as I possibly can in every little nook and cranny. Now, honestly, from certain angles where people are going to see certain stones, probably not. But just in case, I'm going to put a rhinestone there because I'm not quite sure if people are going to be able to see that angle of that shoe. So I'm like, when in doubt, still bling it out because I don't want no gaps in my shoe. Like I don't want people to see all this good bling action no matter which angle I turn my foot. So but my shoes are they're pretty durable. I use liquid fusion for my glue, and so these bears, I'm kind of nervous about these bears because they're actually suspended. Only thing she said, I got 10,000 for $7. Yeah, I don't know how many comes in their jars, but it's a lot. Like I've done the same color paint maybe 2 or 3 times. I haven't even put a dent in that jar. So I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I was like, you have to let me know how big that is when it comes in. How big that jar bag is. But yeah, I wear my shoes to my hair salon, so they're pretty durable. I use liquid fusion. Okay, that one's turned to the side. There's just no coming back from that one. It's gonna get glued down just like that. So my shoes are pretty durable. I think the most rhinestones I've lost on a shoe was maybe 8, and that was like the first shoe I've made, so I was still kind of learning. But as I progressed and learned more, and I probably, the most I've lost on a shoe is maybe about 4 or 5. And I've only lost 1 charm on my shoe in total. Like, to only lose 1 charm, that is a great accomplishment. But I am slightly nervous about these bears being totally suspended because there is nothing holding them down underneath. Like, there's absolutely nothing. Like, there's nothing. So I'm a little nervous about those because I feel like one wrong move and it's like gone. So, but it's glued on pretty good. So we'll definitely have to just wait and see about those because it's my first time actually gluing down a charm that wasn't supported all the way. So it's only glued down by the feet and the ears. And I'm like, oof. We shall see about this. So I don't want to baby my shoes when I'm wearing them, but I'm still going to wear them business as usual. Because, if you're confident in your work, then you should be able to continue to wear them without any type of fear that they're going to come off. And the thing is, if they do come off, I can just come home and replace them and then put them back on the shelf for 2 weeks for them to fully dry. But yeah, these will definitely be have to let fully dry before I even attempt to wear these bad boys out in public. Hi, Bryant. What's going on? So before I even attempt to wear these bad boys, I would definitely have to let them dry completely before I would even think about putting these on because of those bears. Alright, I gotta turn my shoe. I'm trying to get it in this little groove back here. Oh, too far, too far. I'm gonna have to be out of frame for a little bit. But I gotta get that back there. So I always have a couple different tools when I am trying to rhinestone something. So I have my tweezers and my wax stick just to make sure. So you think about doing some pins, Keisha? Coming over to the pin side? So I kind of drop it down in there, and then I'll take my tweezers and then manipulate it to get in the spot that I want it to get into. Come on now, seriously. Really? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting back into the. Oh, you did it once before. Just got done doing another tumbler. Ooh, nice. Okay. So you done pins before, Keisha? Keisha, you been holding that on us? I had no clue you even did pins at all. See, this is what happens when you don't be in the Discord. We don't be knowing what you be doing. And I'm nosy. I want to see what y'all be creating. So we did prep these shoes prior to. So it's not like getting a pair of shoes and start gluing. There are some steps you have to do to prep your shoes for this. I've always enjoyed it when I was blinging pins. Ow. Well, excuse me. She's like, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. We know. Life be lifing. It's okay. It's no big deal. Life do be lifing. I get it. I get it. So I sometimes do the outline first, and then I'll go through and do let's do a big pink one. We haven't done a big pink one in a minute. And I like to use all size pearls. Some don't like to use it. It's my anxiety, depression reliever. Okay, got you. Yes, absolutely. We have to have different outlets, other than medication all the time. Nothing against medication, it does help in some sense, but if I can do it kind of natural, I prefer to go that route because I don't want to be dependent on something, or if I don't have it, I need to have another outlet to where I can release that type of anxiety. But blinging definitely is like a stress reliever. And I know I've said in my live before, I'm like, for those who said blinging is relaxing, you're crazy. And I'm like, you know what? You're not crazy because I completely and fully understand it now. I completely understand it now why you guys bling stuff. That is fact. That is fact. The first, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, y'all are crazy if y'all think blinging anything is relaxing. And it actually is. So I take back my comment. My husband got the kids up late this morning. So I was like, you playing a dangerous game. So I was like, And I thought about it. I was like, wait, when is my day to take the kids to school? You don't help me get them dressed. Why am I helping you get the kids dressed? It's your day to take them to school. You get them dressed. And I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. So you better get up in a timely manner because I'm not helping. I stay my butt right up in the bed. I was like, Because when it's my day to take the kids to school, you don't help me get them dressed at all. You wake up, get dressed for work, and you leave. I mean, you make them breakfast and make them lunch. But I'm like, Why am I helping you? Because you sure don't help me get them dressed in the morning. I was like, you better get up with enough time to get them kids ready for school. Because I'm like, I'm like, nope. I'm not doing that. I know that's petty, but listen, it's petty, but whatever. I'm like, no, because you don't be helping me. I understand if you would actually help me get the kids dressed, but you really don't. So I'm like, that's petty, ain't it? I don't care. It's just gonna have to be petty. It's just gonna have to be petty because, baby, I haven't done it in like 3 weeks. So I was like, And he's been getting up and getting them dressed and getting them to school. So I'm like, nope, not at all. So I'm like, all right. When he hit that snooze, I don't even say nothing. I be like, okay. I'll be thinking in my head, okay, you playing a dangerous game because I'm still not gonna get up and help you. So you better get on up and get them dressed or have their clothes set out. So you already know they wear uniforms and like you really have to figure out what they're gonna wear. My kiddo's off for the week. Now I get to hear, I'm hungry, I'm bored. He keeps hitting me. Yeah, I won't feel that pain until Wednesday because my kids are in school for today and tomorrow, and then Wednesday they're home for the remainder of the week. And I'm like, oh. But here's the thing: I work on Wednesday, and then I'm off for Thanksgiving, and then I work that Friday. I'm like, and Saturday. So I'm like, oh gosh. And guess who works? My husband. Yeah, he works. So I think he's off for Thanksgiving only, and that's it. And I'm like, now I gotta bring the kids to work with me. I'm really not gonna get anything done. Now my mom is off. She's off that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But I was like, nah, I need to go to work because I got stuff. I got some TikTok shops I want to hit up. So I gotta go get some money. It's great. It's an addiction. I got some TikTok shops I want to hit up. So I guess I gotta go to work because I can't afford to stay home for that many days. I need my TikTok shop money. I need my TikTok shop money. Oh, that's terrible. That's crazy. It's an addiction for real. I'm just trying to rack up and stock up on a lot of things that I need. And I mean, I don't mind paying the price they already have, but that TikTok Black Friday little discount code, it be coming in clutch. Let me tell you, because I be like, oof, yeah, I like this. That extra 15-20% off. Yeah, I like that discount. I like that discount. I'm like, yeah, I can get down with that. Oh my gosh. My dad shakes his head every time my package comes to the porch. He be like, oh my gosh. But what he refuses to tell people is that he be having packages come to the porch too. So I don't know why he be acting like that. He'll sneak a package in every once in a while. But definitely not as often as me and my mom, no. Absolutely not. So the frustration is still valid. But I'm just saying. And he be putting his little 2 cents in too. I'm just saying. He be putting his little 2 cents in. But yeah, when the kids are out of school, I'm definitely like, get your iPad. Watch it all day. I gotta get some stuff done. When the kids are homeschooled, I definitely encourage iPad usage. I try to get them, limited. But when they're out of school, I'm like, get your iPad. Go to your room, watch your iPad, play the game. So. But then there's times, I will stop and, be with them or whatever. But I'm like, get your iPad. Now, my youngest, he'll get his iPad and you will never see him for the whole day. My oldest, he has to have someone playing with him. And I'm like, dude, you know why my sub printer keeps telling me my ink is low? You got to reset your ink levels. Either that or your ink it's probably low if you've been printing a lot. So go to maintenance and then go to reset ink level. So therefore, it'll know when your ink actually runs out. Uh-oh. Because you've been printing a lot, so the ink might actually be low. But I doubt that. So just go back on your maintenance and then just reset the ink level. A lot of time, if you just open it and just refill the ink without telling the printer that you refilled it, it'll keep thinking that it hasn't been filled up, and it'll say, "Oh, your ink is low." When it's not, just go back in and reset your ink levels. Yep, just go back in and reset your ink levels. There we go. My bottle is like trying to clog up. Yep, just go back in and reset it. This should fix that problem. But like I said, you have been doing a lot of printing. So what I would do in your situation, since it's Black Friday, I would go to Amazon and look and see. Go to Amazon, look and see if A-Sub has a sale on their sublimation ink, and go ahead and buy a couple boxes to refill up, because since you've been printing so much sublimation, it would behoove you to stock up on that ink, especially if they're going to have a sale on it, because you can't really guarantee how long the sale is going to be. We know it's Black Friday, but some people do extend it. They do Cyber Monday, and you can't guarantee they're going to do a Cyber Monday, and I don't want you to miss out on saving money because you waited too late. So when it comes to sublimation, it's always best to have extra supplies, whether you need it then or not. So if you go on Amazon and your ink is on sale for no apparent reason, even if you don't need it, buy it. Stock up on paper, stock up on blanks, stock up on ink. Even if you don't need it, buy it. Because there may be a wave of tumblers coming through and you can't fulfill orders because you ran out of paper or you ran out of ink. So always make sure you have sublimation supplies stocked up. Now, sub supplies, I will always make sure I have enough. Always. Like every time the HTV Run had a sale on their paper, I would buy it whether I needed it or not. And I would buy like 8 to 9 packs of paper at a time, especially when I know I love their paper and I don't feel like switching away from them. Stock up. Stock up on the paper. Don't only buy paper when you need it. Buy it when it's on sale, even if you don't need it. So even if you don't need it, still buy it. That's just my philosophy on it. And I'm pretty sure some other crafters can attest to that. Like, look, just stock up on it. Except for Keisha. She buys her printer paper by the rolls because she has a bigger printer. But where do you buy your paper from, though, Keisha? Because I'm still thinking about getting one of those printers. I don't know when, but I'm getting one. Like, where do you buy your paper from? It won't let Tamara comment on here. I don't know why. Okay. I don't know why I won't let her comment. That's strange. Because the chat is open. Is she following me? Sometimes it won't let you. Oh, she should be following me, yeah. I don't know. I haven't had to order any. I'll probably end up ordering from A-Sub. It's the only place I can find the rolls. Okay, cool. Now you bought your printer from Swing Designs, right? They actually do sell the paper on Swing Designs. But I did find some other brands though. I'm just trying to make sure that I get all my homework accomplished so I can start, like I said, I am a just in case type of crafter. That's just how I am. So I always purchase extra stuff just in case. Well, let me get this just in case. I'm a just in case crafter, and before I purchase any machinery, maker flow. Okay, before I purchase any machinery, I want to make sure that I have what I need. Now, Swing Designs has that same printer, but they have a bundle to where they give you a 24-inch roll, 11 by 17-inch roll, and then an 8.5 by 11 roll that comes with it, the software, blanks, and stuff like that. So I was like, I figured it would take me forever to go through a roll of paper, but I like the fact that I can still do individual sheets if I want to, too, in that printer. So that's why I'm just like, I want that printer bad. I don't like to waste paper if I don't need to. That makes perfect sense to me. So I wouldn't even really fool with the rolls unless I had like a really big order to fulfill. Or I was like mass producing stuff for like a drop. That's probably the only reason why I would even use the rolls. I honestly would still keep using my individual sheets because I have them and I don't want to waste them. But I heard that the Epson sublimation ink actually looks beautiful. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't put any other ink in there but Epson because I'm not trying to play. That printer costs too much to be taking that chance putting somebody else's ink up in there. Good morning. That printer costs too much to be putting somebody else's ink up in there. I was like, Keisha, don't you put any other ink other than the Epson ink in that printer. She was like, oh no, never. I was like, don't you do it. That printer costs too much. If something were to go wrong with that printer, I want it all to be from the same company. So I'm like, don't do it. She was like, oh no, I know better than that. I was like, okay, I'm just making sure. I wasn't doubting you. I'm just making sure. I will never use any other. No, not that printer. Now, like a little cheap little converted one, like the ones I got. Oh yeah, but a printer that's actually meant for sublimation and it comes with the ink. I'm using the ink that comes with it. That just is what it is. But I heard like the Epson ink actually is really good though. Like their print quality is pretty good. But I heard it was pretty good quality though. So I was like, I should just use the Epson sublimation ink in my printer if I'd have known that. No, she said happy Monday. It is Monday. I have to go to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's normally my day off, but I had someone that wanted to squeeze in, and I was like, I need my TikTok shop money. So like, yep, you can come on through. You sure can. Let's put a big 2 on here. So I was like, yep, you sure can come on through. But yeah, I decided to do my mother-in-law's shoes. I gotta do Tamara's shoes next. So now my mother-in-law's shoes are a little bit different. Hers are gonna be designed differently. I actually bought some iron-on like letters to go on her shoe, and I'm not sure if I want to iron them on or if I want to glue them on. So that'll be interesting. But I'm gonna wait until I'm out of jail to start those because it's the iron-on, and I have like the HTV little mini little heat press thing. It's so cute too. So I have that one. So I'm gonna try and see if I can at least make it adhere to it with the heat and see how that turns out. But I think I might still hit it with a little bit of glue just in case though, because you know I'm a just in caser. I'm a just in case crafter. And my DTF parts come in tomorrow. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, DTF parts come in tomorrow. They were supposed to come in today. I guess they got delayed somewhere, but they come in tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. But I'm kind of mad at them though at the same time because they lied to me. They lied to me and said that if I ordered it today. It will be shipped out tomorrow. And when I ordered it on that day, it wasn't shipped out till almost a week later. So I was like, yeah, you cost me a couple of jobs that I couldn't do. Good morning. You can comment now. So they cost me a couple of jobs that I wasn't able to do because the parts weren't shipped out the next day. So I'm like, why would you lie about that? Because as a business owner, you set me back 2 weeks. So I was really frustrated about that. And I'm like, you don't have to lie about it. Just say it'll be shipped out within 3 to 5 days. That way I can govern accordingly. But yeah, totally missed out. I was so upset. Like, it was frustrating. It was frustrating because even though I'm not using a printer, I still have to maintenance it. So I still have to clean it. I still have to run the ink through the tubes, even though I'm not printing from it. And I bought a print head because I know mine's going to be shot by the time the parts did come. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm trying not to replace my tubes either. So I'm trying to pull the ink through it and keep the ink stirred and make sure it's not separating, especially the white. Make sure the white is not depositing, and because it's not on, because I know when I turn it on, you hear like that stirring sound and it does automatically. I had to unsubscribe and resubscribe. Oh, okay. It has an automatic stir system, so it doesn't get clogged up like that. But since I haven't had it on in so long, I have to actually manually draw the ink through and manually stir it and stuff like that. So needless to say, it's a mistake that will never happen again. Let's just put it like that. It's a lesson learned completely, and it will like never happen again because I do not want to experience not being able to print anything, especially when I've made so many designs and I have designs that I want to print and I can't even print them. So I'm like, this is so frustrating. Because I do love that about DTF. Now, it was a pain in the butt for starting off. I'm not going to lie. So if you're thinking about getting a DTF printer, it is a pain in the butt starting off. But once you get used to the maintenance of the printer and get used to how to use it properly, it does pay off. But you're going to take an L for like that first 6 to 8 months. And you actually end up not having a return on investment immediately because you have to figure out that printer. And there's some things that you have to figure out that they didn't tell me either. So I was like, yeah, y'all are trash. Like, so I wouldn't suggest buying a printer from them. I honestly would go like the pro colored route, to be honest. And I wish I would have went that route instead of the printer that I got the supplier that I got mine from. But nevertheless, it is what it is. I know this printer is evil. But if I were to buy another one, it definitely would not be with this company. It would not be with this company. It would be with somebody else. It would be with somebody else. That's just my own personal opinion. It would not be with them. It would be with somebody else. Because even when I got the printer, it wasn't feeding in the sheets properly, and they refused to fix that problem. So I was like, okay, I see what I'm working with here. But me as a crafter, I'm always going to make it work. So I'm like, okay, I know how to fix that problem. So I got a little Jimmy rigged. I've been doing my research. Yeah, so just do your research on them. But definitely I would go with Pro Colored because I just think they're just a better quality printer. And I very seldom have seen people with issues with them. So yeah, I'm like, nah. So, but yeah, it definitely is quite a bit of work to have a DTF printer. So I would definitely say do all your homework and research everything first before you just dive into it. So that's all I would say about that. Just do your research. Oops. Now their ink is good. The ink is fantastic. And there's another company on Amazon that I get ink through too, which is also really, really good. So I don't know who I want to stay with. I might just stay with the ink that is manufactured, but there are times where I want to switch to ink, which is a lot easier to actually switch to ink than any other printer, because all you literally do is just dump it or just drain it from the bottles, drain it from the dampers and the tubes, and then pour in your replacement ink. So it's a lot easier to change out ink brands, and you're supposed to do like a monthly like ink drain, and I'm like, I ain't never had a problem. So I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm like, I never had a problem, but you're supposed to exchange the ink out like once a month. And I'm like, to me, that's wasteful. But the ink is still inking. I'm not going to sit there and drain out to replace it with new ink. To me, that's being extremely wasteful, especially when I'm printing from it every day. So I'm using it literally every day. I maybe will not use it maybe 2 days, and that's like my limit. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and drain out perfectly good ink in exchange for new ink if I haven't had a problem with that. So I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one, because I don't see that being a good idea. Like, and I'm probably supposed to be doing it, probably, but I'm like, because to me now you're wasting stuff now. So I'm like, nah. And y'all know how I feel about wasting. I don't like to waste nothing. So I'm like, nope. We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that. I guess it just depends on which model you have, I guess. I don't know. So there's a couple things that will just determine that. I have to sharpen my pencil a little bit. So do your research. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I'm just glad to be having my printer back up and running come tomorrow. So that's all I'm really excited about. Look at you. That is not what I wanted you to do. That is not what I want you to do. I want you to go right there. Thank you. So the shoe is almost done. I'm like, thank you, Lord. Because the next shoe, I'll actually be working on 2 pairs of shoes at once. So we'll be doing Tamara's shoes and then my mother-in-law's shoes next. But I think I grabbed the wrong size because she wanted a 10, 11, and I grabbed a 9, 10. So I'm going to have to go back and buy another pair for her if she even has that size. Because when I went, she only had that one that I got for Tamara. So I'm like, shoot. So I'm going to have to go back and look and see if I can find it. Another pair. And 10, 11. So I'm like, shoot face. Shoot face. So I'm going to have to go back and see. Go back and see if I can find another one. If not, then I'll have to order hers from somewhere else. Hopefully she'll have another pair. But it was like slim pickings when I went to go get even Tamara's shoes. It was like slim pickings. So I was like, shoot. I made John lose that one. So I may have messed that one up, but it's okay. And now I'm like, I kind of wish I would have done this on Tamara's shoes now. Of course, mine is the big ones because she doesn't like the big ones, but like the bigger pearls, but everyone's different. Everyone's different. I like the bigger pearls. I don't know. To me, I think it just adds like some texture to the shoe. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I just think it just adds texture to the shoe. And I just really love the way it looks. I just love the way it looks. And I gotta check the tracking for my rhinestone trays too, because he sent them out a couple of days ago. I gotta look and see where they're at on the map, because I did order some rhinestone trays and I can't wait. Can't wait. And he did give me a coupon code for y'all to use too for those rhinestone trays. So I didn't even ask for that, honestly. And I was like, he's like, well, here's a coupon code for your followers to use. I was like, okay, cool. I never asked for it. I was just like, so that wasn't my intention to come out with the code, but I'm not earning commissions off of that, so that's more so for y'all. And I'm like, yes, please hook them up, hook up my peoples. But yeah, so when his trays come in, yeah, I can't wait to do unboxing with that, because that tray is gonna be so dope. And I just love how the fact that it wasn't really expensive. I think altogether I probably paid $60, and I got 2 trays, one 5-pin display, one single pin display, and then I think I bought one of the little pin holders, and I want to say I got like a glue holder. So I bought a lot of stuff, and it's all like 3D printed. So, and he has a lot of different designs to choose from. He has like over 20 colors to choose from for your boxes too. So I was like, holy crap. And of course I picked pink. I picked a pink like leopard print. It was super cute. Ah, I dropped it. There you are. Cause we ain't wasting no stones. We finna get all this done. We ain't wasting no stones. So I have to be careful about what music I listen to too, because y'all know YouTube don't play that type of game. Anyone's smaller than that. Do I have any small stones in here? I do. Here we go. Whoop, get down. I feel like the pearls are a lot more non-cooperative than the rhinestones too. These pearls need to be really defiant when they really want to be. They can be real defiant. So I'm just trying to get prepared and get ready, because spring and summer, not spring, summer's right around the corner. So I gotta get all my Croc supplies ready for the summertime. I know Tamara's like, oh my gosh, you put that big old thing on there. They're turning out nice. Thank you. I know I just made Tamara cringe with that big old pearl I put on there. She's probably like, oh, Jesus. I know she cringed. I need to get some flatback pearls, 3mm, so I can do some pins with some flatback pearls instead of just rhinestones. You get down. Get down. Thank you. They are turning out cute. Thank you. Especially for an improv, because I was going to go a totally different route, but I didn't have what I needed. So now that I do, so if that other pair of shoes is too small for mother-in-law, I'll do those in the Mickey Mouse that I was going to do originally. That's probably going to be my most challenging pair of shoes because the charms are actually a little bit too big. But we are going to see if we can make it happen, Captain. Listen, I'm not a fan for a reason. Uh-oh, what's the reason? I love the big ones. I think the big ones are beautiful. There we go. Now, are you a fan of like big rhinestones? You just don't like the pearls to be big, or you just don't like big, period? I like the bigger ones. I think it just adds different, like, variety to it a little bit. Just to kind of shake it up. She said, I like what I like. Nothing wrong with that. Just know on your shoes, there will be no big ones on there. Just those big pearls. Oh, okay. Okay. I have to keep that in mind when I do yours because I made a mistake because all the pearls, I mixed them all together. So I would have to go through and pick the big ones out so I wouldn't use them. But I actually wouldn't mind mixing all these together as a mix because these would be gorgeous together. These are so pretty. I'm going to have to buy like a separate, like all these separate just so I can mix them all together, because this mix is beautiful. Like, but I have to have that crystal AB because the pearls are they're not reflective like the crystal AB. So I have to have something that was going to kind of bounce off of it. So that's why I had to add that crystal. And the crystal AB to me is like a universal. Like, it's a rhinestone that goes good with every color, every theme. Um, it just looks really, really good. So, but some people say, well, I use glass rhinestones, which is okay, but glass rhinestones are a little bit more on the expensive side. And no, a little bit more expensive side. So for me, would I use more expensive stones on a pair of shoes, something I'm going to be wearing on my feet that has the most likely of falling off? No. They're going to look pretty still, yes. But even though they're not like the top quality, they're still great quality though. But I wouldn't go and put Swarovski crystals on a shoe. No. That, to me, that doesn't make any sense, because I'm going to be putting them on my feet. They're going to be in dirt and rain, and the probability of them falling off is a lot higher than me putting it on my tumbler or on a cup. Does that make any sense? So I still try to use the best quality that I can find, but I'm not going to sit here and put glass rhinestones on a pair of shoes. Unless you want me to, unless you want to pay extra for it, then yeah, I will. But just know, when they fall off, or if they fall off, I'm very confident in my work. But every once in a while, you hit the shoe the right way and it pops off. So I'm just saying. But I think that more so goes into allowing it to cure properly, though. But yeah, if you allow it to cure properly, you shouldn't really have any issue with them coming off. You just have to make sure you let them dry completely before trying to wear them. So I let my shoes dry for about 7 to 10 days, possibly longer. If I know I applied a lot of glue in an area, I'm like, ooh, I applied a lot of glue there. I probably should let that dry for a little bit longer than I will. But I want to try a fabric pair. I don't even know what glue to even use. Some people use, I don't know. Like, I wonder if I would, what I probably would do, and this is my own opinion, I would probably use some type of Stitch Witch. I would press it to the back of the fabric, and then I would actually heat adhere the fabric to the shoe. That's honestly what I would do. Um, so for those that don't know what Stitch Witchery really is, it's like it's a material that has an adhesive backing that you apply to fabric to make the fabric stick to itself. So I would do that and see how that works, than trying to glue it down, because the thing with fabric is, if you don't use the right glue, sometimes it can buckle. And the last thing I need is to have a pair of shoes with buckling fabric on it. So I would probably use Stitch Witchery to allow it to stick to itself. I would get my little mini heat press, like a little mini iron, and I would press it onto the shoe and let it heat bind to it. That's what I would do if I were to go the fabric shoe method. That's just what I would do. Just trying to get that to dry, it would probably be like, or I would use the B7000 to get it to dry as well. So it's a couple of different methods that I would probably try and use, but I don't know. But we're almost done. We're at that light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm like, yay! I need some smaller ones though. Listen to some lo-fi hip-hop music. I need one more small one right there. Do I have another small one? I do. Bam. So this is why it's always important to have those small stones in place, man, because they come through clutch work when you have to close up or finalize. I need this one right here. There we go. Done and done. So I'm happy about that. And this is how much pearls I have left. So it was about halfway full when I started. So now that I kind of know, when I buy color pearls, I have to buy at least 2 packs to actually fill up. That's a 4-ounce jar. So, and I mix all my sizes together. I don't separate them. I don't keep them separate. I mix them all together. Because I know I'm going to be doing a scatter or a random. So I mix them all together. Some people leave them separate. I don't. I just mix them all together. I just like to mix it all together. That's just me. And even my crystal AB, I mix all together. So, but crystal AB I always buy like 5 or 6 packs of, and they come like in these like squares this big. So I always buy those in packs, like 2 or 3 at a time, because it's one that I use the most. So I want to really make sure that I don't run out of those crystal ABs, man. Because I'm telling you, crystal AB, it's everything. I use them so often. Like I use them in every single design that I do. But let me show you my mother-in-law's shoes and what I want to do. But the way I'm thinking, I'm like, and I got the little adhesive letters from Amazon. But I'm thinking that I know for a fact I probably bought those pair of shoes too small. So I'm going to have to see if I can find another pair at the beauty supply store in her size, which is the 10-11. I think I grabbed the last one for Tamara's shoes. I have to go back over there and look and see. I have to go over there and look and see what size, because I'm like, do you have on your Amazon storefront? I have one in my Amazon storefront. So let me show you. So that shoe is done. Put that to the side and let it dry. So let me grab so I always write down on my little clipboard. So it's this right here. It's actually an epoxy sheet. It's an epoxy cure sheet. But I'm going to use it for my shoes. So we're going to do the Bling Crocs. What's today? 11/20. So I know in about 2 weeks from today, those shoes will be done. So, and it's in a sheet protector. I just write on there with a dry erase marker. But it's normally for epoxy, so I know how long it's been on there and when it's fully cured. But I really don't do a lot of epoxy crafts like that anymore. So I have to make another one for my Crocs. The Crystal AB, yes, they're on my Amazon. But honestly, you can Amazon search Crystal AB rhinestones and anyone will pop up. There's no specific brand that I like to use. It's whatever available at the time, to be honest. So there's no right or wrong Crystal AB. Just, you see them, it's a good price, buy them. So here's my mother-in-law's, but of course I'm doing a Saints shoe. So after I sand them down, here are my letters. So they have that adhesive on the back, and so it's gonna be the S, the A. So the S, the A, and the I would be on, oops, wrong way, would be on this shoe, and then the N, the T, and then the other S would be on this shoe. But as you can see, it won't really give us a lot of room to do a lot of rhinestoning. So I will have to actually kind of bring it down into the bottom of the shoe like this, just so we can have a little bit more room to do some more rhinestoning and things like that, and then kind of move it over. So move it over like that. So like this. So that will be right there. So boom, boom, boom. Let me just put a piece of tape here. I'm not going to apply it right now, but I just want to keep it in place so I can fully show you guys what I want to do. So the A, this tape is not going to stay very well because it's not really meant for this, but I'm just trying to get it to kind of stay in place. I can show you all the placement of how I'm thinking about doing it. So the S, the A, and the I, and then the N. So this N will be a little bit tricky too because I have to get that N placed. The N, the T, and the S. So, and then the S will be over here too. So that's how it would be placed, like that. So this will be my first time actually, adhering some type of lettering to a shoe. So I'm kind of nervous, but I'm kind of excited at the same time. So I'm just really curious to see how we're going to get this to work. But of course, this one fits perfectly because they're all spaced out really well. But then the N, the T, and the S is, of course, going to be a problem. But I think once I actually start adhering it with the heat, I think it'll lay down rather nicely. And I think we'll be able to get a pretty good placement. And we still have enough room to still rhinestone around them. So I'm happy about it. I'm excited. I can't wait. This is my first time actually applying letters to a pair of Crocs. So I'm excited. And I'll use my my black. I do have black rhinestones in all different sizes. I'll use my gold. I will use white. I think I might just do just the gold and the black. So the gold and black. I'm not sure about using white. And I'm not sure about using crystal AB either. So I may use crystal AB. I may not. I'm not quite sure. But we'll use our gold, which is like a bronzy kind of gold. But it's the one that has like the spiked kind of effect. And then I do have some black. We'll use some black. They're around here somewhere. Down here at the bottom, of course. So I'll use some black. I won't use, I'll use black 20 SS20s. SS20 blacks. And then I probably will have no choice but to use some crystal AB. I thought I had black that was all different sizes, but I guess I don't. Okay, so we'll have to do some other ones. I might get some gold pearls to replace with the gold rhinestones. We shall see. But I think that's gonna look nice. The gold spike, and then we'll have the black SS20s, and then we'll do some crystal AB with it. And then we'll have the gold letters on top. So I think it's gonna be really, really cute. I'm excited. So that's that colorway. So I usually like to leave all the supplies I need for that shoe and that shoe. And then we still have mine down here. So this is the last pair that I have to bling, is this pair. And I don't know what theme I want to do on this one quite yet. I might do like a super bougie theme like I did for my mom's, just with the ones that I have. But we still have that one left. And I'm still not quite sure what I want to do for that one. So here's my mom's. I had to let some stuff dry. So let's check on it. Okay, that's dry. And I have to glue some other stuff down. So I'm just checking to see where they are as far as like drying and cure time. I think they're pretty much good to go. I think they're pretty much good. We'll let them dry for a couple more days. But alrighty, y'all. Let me get my area cleaned up like I normally do during the live stream. And that's going to be it. I really just wanted to finish that shoe. But I appreciate y'all for coming through on the stream, even though I'm in jail. But nevertheless, it is what it is. So I probably will not be going live tomorrow because I have my kids' program at school, and this is a lot of ripping and running I have to do tomorrow. So I won't be live tomorrow, but I will be back live when I get out of jail, which is the 23rd. So I will be back probably that Thursday night into Friday. Not quite sure, but just know I will be back. And then that Monday we'll probably be starting Tamara shoes, since I'm pretty sure I bought the wrong size for my mother-in-law. So we'll start Tamara shoes on that Monday. So it's just fabuloso. I like the way it smells. So I use it in my office a lot with my laptop bag. Turn off my air purifier. My little tray back. Put my alcohol up. My glue up. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the latest pen that I made too. It's a Betty Boop pen. It's a little dangly. Love it. And then I did this berry. I want to say it's a berry color, but it looks more purple. But yeah, it's like a pinkish purple berry. And then I have this silver one. This silver one is probably one of my favorites. It's just super bougie. I love it. And y'all, ever since she told me about cutting that rhinestone in half, baby, I've been a cutting fool. Do you hear me? That rhinestone's cut in half. Oh my gosh. That's probably the best trick ever told to me, was cutting a rhinestone in half to fit around stuff. Y'all, that right there, when I tell you I was like speechless, I was speechless. Okay? Speechless. Yeah. Absolutely speechless. I was like, oh my gosh. That's crazy. But all right, y'all. I will see you guys later. Thank you for stopping by so much. I will see you guys after Thanksgiving when I'm out of TT jail. But I do appreciate you guys for stopping through, chatting with me a little bit, showing some love. Until next time. Bye.